Hi, and thank you for joining us at First Call Restoration. I wanted to speak to you today about something called New York State Mold Law, Article 32. It's something that was introduced in January 2016 that we needed to start following this new law. And the purpose of kind of going over this with you is, here and there we do have clients that call, and it is something that obviously they're unaware of and that we really need to educate them on. And basically, how it starts is when we're speaking with clients, we do have several questions to get a good idea of what's going on. And one of the questions is always, how much discoloration are you seeing? I mean, we technically and legally can't call it mold, so we do refer to it as discoloration. And the reason why, unless mold is tested, for us as remediators, we cannot call it mold. So we'll ask, is it greater than 10 square feet? And if it is, okay. And my next thing is, hey, we can come out and do a free quote. We can give you a free quote to do the remediation. But just know, if you decide to move forward and have the remediation done, then we do need to have a mold assessment report first. And this is where that Article 32 comes in. This was new to us in 2016, in that there's now a new category, a mold assessor. He will do an inspection and, most importantly, write this remediation plan. That remediation plan comes to a company like us so that we can review it, make sure that our estimate follows his plan so we can move forward and actually do the remediation. So in New York State, it is illegal for an assessment to be done by the remediation company, and it's also illegal for the remediation company to do a clearance. Now, usually our conversations and the few things that people have said to us is, how come no one else has mentioned this to me? I've spoken to other people about, well, nobody ever mentioned that I need an assessor. Well, I can't speak for the companies. I can only speak for us. And, we like to be upfront. We are here to educate you and to help guide you through this process. And also, it's very common for us to hear, oh, no, the person I spoke to said that they'll do the assessment, then they'll start the work, and, they'll do this clearance. And I'm thinking, okay, but again, it's illegal for them to do an assessment and a clearance, or just an assessment or just the clearance. The remediation company must stay neutral. They need to be third parties that do an assessment or the clearance. So just be aware that you don't want your remediation company to do either the assessment or the clearance on your project. And, I always tell people, if they're not being honest and upfront with you, is that a company that you want in your home? Is that a company you want around your family? If they don't care enough about following the law, will they care enough about doing a proper remediation in your home? Just so you know, there are a few steps to this New York State Mold Law, Article 32. The first step is, if you do have more than 10 square feet and you are hiring a contractor, you do need to have a mold assessor come in, do an assessment, which includes that mold report. Once when you have that report, it would come to a remediation contractor like First Call Restoration. We would review that. If we've already done an estimate, we would review the report, compare it to what we have. If not, when we get them in, we will schedule an appointment and then follow that remediation plan. Once when we finish the mold remediation, the assessor will come back and do a post-remediation assessment, or many of us refer to it as clearance. Once when we have that clearance, and it needs to be in writing, we can come in and remove any containment that might be up or any equipment, and there's always equipment left running. and the equipment must stay running until we do have clearance. So that's kind of the few steps that there are to Article 32. I'm hoping that you found this really helpful, but I just wanted to clarify what really needs to be done. And, if you're selling your home, having it done the right way, if anything ever comes back, at least you can show that everything is separate, that you did everything proper, and, your buyers, won't have that, well, legally, you didn't do this right. You shouldn't have had the remediation company do the assessment or your clearance. It'll come back to bite. And if you're not and you're living in the home, you want to make sure that proper protocol was followed. So, do look for our other videos. If you have any questions regarding Article 32, please go to the website. It's www.dol.ny.gov/mold program. And, just Google DOL mold, and you'll find a whole bunch of information regarding the remediation. You'll find a lot of information on mold assessors and what we are expected to do for you. So, please go to those websites, and also, watch our other videos. I hope you find this very informative. I thank you so much for your time. Bye.